New evidence has surfaced in the murder of right-wing blowhard Charlie Kirk, and Donald Trump and his bang of right-winged monkeys are running for cover. Radical left? Oh no. This is a right-wing civil war. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Since the murder of Charlie Kirk earlier this week, right-wing figures, starting with President Taco himself, have blamed liberals, progressives, or others on this so-called radical left. While Democrats have called for sympathy, empathy, and more gun control in the wake of Kirk's death, Republicans have spewed hateful crap like this.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now.
Real classy and leader-like there, Donald. Nothing like scapegoating your personal enemies in the wake of tragedy. But don't worry, Trump is going to have to walk that back real quick. Stay tuned. For one thing, the shooter, Tyler Robinson, was arrested earlier today, disproving earlier accusations by the right, or internet rumors, that he was a person of color, transgender, or anti-Christian. In fact, he comes from a very conservative Republican family.
Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old Utah local, confessed Friday morning to fatally shooting conservative activist Charlie Kirk, officials said. Robinson was turned in after his father recognized him in photos released by the FBI, and his son admitted he was the gunman. Robinson's father asked him to turn himself in, but his son replied that he would rather kill himself. The father then convinced his son to speak with their youth minister, who called the FBI, and agents later took Robinson into custody. Only about 2 months earlier in July, Robinson's father painted a much different picture of family life with his son on social media, where he posted a video reel showing highlights from their Mexico trip together, in which Tyler was pictured happily showing off a fish he caught. Another video going viral reveals another proud moment for Tyler, this time in a video posted by his mother, in which he announces he had received a college scholarship. In a statement, Utah State University, which is a different school from where the shooting took place, confirmed the suspect had briefly attended the university for one semester in 2021. Other pictures of the suspected killer that have emerged also feel almost chillingly normal, sharing a meal with his dad, grinning while riding in what appears to be a small plane, and seemingly enjoying a happy family life. The only photos which really stand out include one in which he appears to be dressed for Halloween in a Trump costume, and a number of others that point to an interest in various types of weapons. But how this young man went from this to this still remains a mystery.
If knowing the facts about Tyler Robinson makes his motives for killing Charlie Kirk all the more nebulous, stay with me here. At the time of this report, Robinson himself has made no statements, nor have law enforcement, regarding what could have inspired his actions, though his conservative background, brief attendance at a Utah university, and a Donald Trump costume suggest he was not at all what can properly be called a liberal or leftist. And now, another clue has offered some insight. Something that should have the right-wing lunatics who preemptively declared war, sometimes literally, on Democrats and the left, sweating in a corner. Really, they ought to question themselves. But, as we all know, these are not people exactly known for their introspection. Newsweek now reports that another Halloween costume worn by Tyler Robinson links him to the so-called Groyper movement, a loose affiliation of far-right trolls led by another right-wing lunatic, Nick Fuentes. Groypers adopted the meme Pepe the Frog as their icon for some reason, and resurfaced photos originally posted to Tyler Robinson's mother's Facebook account show him dressed as Pepe the Frog in meme form for Halloween. Other evidence also suggests ties between Robinson and the Groyper movement. Inscriptions were also found on 3 unfired casings used by Robinson. The first one read, quote, "Hey fascist, catch," unquote, with an up arrow, a right arrow, and 3 down arrows. The second read, quote, "Oh Bella, chow, Bella, chow, chow, chow," end quote. The third one read, quote, "If you're reading this, you are gay, LMAO," close quote. The second saying is the one that most concerns us here. Groypers have their own musical playlists, because of course they do, on Spotify. One of the songs included is a remix version of Bella Ciao, the anti-fascist song from which the phrase originates. Why does that matter? Because Nick Fuentes and Groypers had declared war on Charlie Kirk as part of their 2019 movement dubbed the Groyper War. Specifically, the ardently racist Groypers saw Charlie Kirk as too moderate, seriously, and followed him around his college tours heckling him. And that has gone on ever since. In the interest of responsible journalism, I should point out that this evidence is only circumstantial at the moment, but it is incriminating. I should also point out that Nick Fuentes has called for an end to violence and expressed his condolences to Charlie Kirk's family. He also called on real leadership to end the violence in this country. So no wonder Trump is in hiding over this. When the alt-right suddenly becomes the voice for peace, tolerance, and understanding, more so than the president himself, we are in strange and desperate waters, to say the least. We'll keep you updated on the investigation into Tyler Robinson and his ties to right-wing extremists as new evidence continues to emerge. This is Occupy Democrats.